Hello everyone, welcome to the Tangent YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go over the Tangent Whitepaper with you all. So a brief introduction. Tangent is the radical art and finance project built exclusively on Cardano. We plan on innovating NFTs and their application with art and digital finance. We are also committed to supporting digital artists who plan on minting on Cardano by creating a grant system where we can support artists in their careers. We'll do this through a DAO, which we will go through in later detail. And we also plan on implementing an ambassadorship program, where the ambassadors will be part of the extended Tangent team and part of the Cardano community that will direct the direction of the Tangent protocol and community. In summary, we are here to create a revolutionary advancement to NFTs, to the traditional art market, and to disrupt the broader financial system. To give a little background of Tangent, Tangent was conceived in 2021, and it came out of this observation that NFTs were mainly speculated upon through price and through art. However, we wanted to change this by making NFTs even more useful and more advanced. We also plan on creating a 3D virtual environment called the Tang Globe, where citizens of this world will be called the Tang Globetrotters, and it will be filled with games and other things that will be incredibly innovative. So why did we choose to call it Tangent and our token Tang? Well, it is named after the Tang Dynasty, which was a medieval dynasty in China that was known for its economic and cultural expansion and flourishment. Given that Cardano and IOHK is heavily influenced around Hong Kong, we felt this was also fitting because Hong Kong, as a region, was also greatly advanced and experienced much growth during this period in Chinese history. So now let's talk about a DAO. On Tangent, we plan on making a completely decentralized community and system governed through a DAO. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization where through smart contract and code, the organization's infrastructure is made and holders of the Tang token can vote accordingly. And let's go over how that would work. So during times of voting, holders of the Tang token will be able to take a snapshot of how much Tang they have at that time, and that snapshot of the amount of Tang will amount to some amount of voting power that they can then use to vote on various topics. At Tangent, we believe strongly in the philosophy of privacy-enhancing technologies and a route to social economic change, which is why we want to make a DAO, so that we can change the structure of how the world works at the moment. Like I said previously, people who are a part of this DAO will be able to vote on the direction of Tangent and all the decisions that Tangent will make. Now let's talk a little bit about the history of Cardano. Cardano was founded in 2015 by Charles Hoskinson, who was one of the original members of Ethereum. However, he became disenfranchised with Ethereum and left to pursue the goal of developing a more balanced and sustainable ecosystem for cryptocurrencies. In the late 2014, Charles Hoskinson and former Ethereum colleague Jeremy Wood were living in Hong Kong and decided to form IOHK, an engineering and research company that would go on to become one of the three main organizations overseeing the development of future Cardano, the other companies being Emergo and the Cardano Foundation. Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain built meticulously through scientific rigor and mathematical principles, which ensures its unparalleled security, sustainability, and scalability. The team behind Cardano is not only inspired by science and mathematics, but also by Romanticism and the Renaissance. The blockchain itself is named after Girolamo Cardano, a prolific polymath and one of the most influential mathematicians of the Renaissance period. The token, ADA, is also named after Ada Lovelace, who is known as the first computer programmer. And of course the eras, Byron, Shelley, Gauguin, are all named after famous people as well. So, why did we choose the Cardano blockchain to build on? One was that the Cardano blockchain is permissionless and allows for anyone to build on top of and create a community on. This decentralized framework was perfect for the decentralized model that we have in mind. Cardano is also very secure, given its fundamental programming in Haskell and its scientifically backed research. It is an incredibly secure blockchain. Lastly, because of its peer-to-peer scientifically reviewed structure as well, we feel it is engineered in a very rigorous way to allow for both security and permissionlessness to stay firm and strong. And for these reasons, we feel that the Cardano blockchain is the best to build our great project on. Lastly, it is also built for sustainability. Proof of stake, rather than proof of work as a blockchain infrastructure, was built in mind with the idea of lowering the cost of energy for the production of blocks to help the environment. It is clear that the Cardano community is very concerned with the environmental influence of these systems, and the community is constantly striving to create a healthy environment. And this is also one reason that we highly appreciate Cardano and wish to help the community grow. So let's talk a little bit about NFTs. NFTs stand for non-fungible tokens, and they are different from things like Bitcoin because they are not interchangeable. NFTs are not only finite but unique, and this has sparked an incredible wave of valuation. Recently, NFTs in 2021 had a market of 24.9 billion in total sales. However, at the moment, NFTs are mainly speculative on the artwork themselves, and the artwork has no function aside from simply being artwork for the most part. We plan on changing that. We plan on not only creating artwork NFTs, but also integrating them with smart contracts so that they can be utilized within decentralized finance. This is why we have coined the phrase operative artwork. Tangent will release the Tangent Genesis Edition NFTs that will not only be aesthetically pleasing, but also packed full of programmable financial utility and other benefits to reward early adopters. Operative artwork can be staked alongside other assets within liquidity mining and yield farming pools to generate passive income for investors. Operative artworks can also be locked into NFT farming pools to earn more rewards or lent out to other users in return for a fixed fee. Operative artworks that are backed by real-world assets will transform the NFT landscape by creating a new class of digital assets that generate yield income for users or provide inflation hedges against a decreasing in purchasing power of our fiat money. We also think tokenization is very important. The tokenization of tangible, i.e. real estate, wine, etc., and intangible, i.e. data, assets will reduce bureaucracy and simplify the process of investing capital in the future. Commodities and asset classes that were once upon a time out of reach or too complex and cumbersome for a large percentage of the world's population will finally be able to participate in these markets. We also think fractionalization is very important. For example, many people cannot purchase a very profitable millions of dollar business building, but say it was tokenized and fractionalized so that people could buy pieces of that building and receive the income generated in the portion of the token that they own of the building. This highly increases the amount of people that can participate in the financial markets and is sure to benefit all. These are the type of things that Tangent also aims to achieve with our NFTs. So what is the mission of the Tangent team? Our mission is to merge art with finance. We plan on bringing utility to the NFT art world, while also making NFTs pieces of art that can create financial gain beyond mere speculation. Investors of the Tang token will also be able to vote on the direction of the Tangent ecosystem and help guide the artistic grant program that will choose artists for our NFTs. Tangent will act as a bridge between artists and investors. At Tangent, we also plan on providing a platform to support artists. Tangent will create an interconnected online platform where creators can be gifted materials and tools to aid in their art creation. We plan to empower small entrepreneurs to bring an end to the dominance of auction houses and art galleries. We think that there are many artists out there, perhaps that are more niche in their styles, that are undervalued and underappreciated in the larger community. We plan on providing a platform for these artists to flourish and grow in their career and style. So let's talk a little bit about the historic figure of Cardano. Girolamo Cardano was a celebrated Italian Renaissance mathematician, physician, astrologer, and gambler. In 1520, he studied medicine at Padua. His eccentric and confrontational style earned him few friends, and he had difficulty finding work. Eventually, his reputation as a physician preceded him, and his services were highly valued at the courts. Today, Cardano is mostly remembered for his achievement in algebra. He published the solutions to the cubic and quadratic equations in his book Ars Magna in 1545. His book about games of chance, entitled Liber de Ludo Alle, written in 1560s posthumously, which were published posthumously in 1663, contains the first systematic treatment of probability, as well as a section on effective cheating methods. Cardano invented several mechanical devices, including the combination lock, the Cardano suspension or gyroscope, and the Cardano shaft, which allows the transmission of rotary motion at various angles and is used in vehicles to this day. Now let's talk a little bit about Ada Lovelace, one of my personal favorite historical figures of this industry. Ada Lovelace had a fascination to science and mathematics, in a time where this was not highly supported for people of her gender. Her father was colleagues with Charles Babbage, who is known to have invented, or at least conceptualized, the idea of a difference engine, which was one of the precursors to the first computer. Ada met Babbage at a party in 1833 when she was 17 and was entranced with Babbage's demonstration, the small working section of the engine to her. Keep in mind that Babbage worked on making this difference engine, but it was never fully completed. However, Ada, being very interested and very intelligent, started to write out essentially programs for what you could do with this difference engine, which under the intention of Babbage was only supposed to do mathematical problems. However, she noted that you could use the inputs and generated outputs to do more than just math. She is not only known as the first programmer, but is recognized as having the incredible insight to what is programming of the computer today. So here's a brief page talking about the Friends of Tangent. It includes Quirts, which is the artist that we'll use for some of our NFTs and our Genesis NFT, and then of course Cardano companies and general programming tools. Here's our team and our two co-founders. There's Clint Alexander, who has a lot of experience in the cryptocurrency industry in general, starting off participating in the Bitcoin ASIC mining sales industry. And then we have another co-founder, Ben Gordon, who is a talented marketing strategist. Here are some of our engineers. Benjamin Grabo, senior software engineer, who has a deep experience in many languages and many projects across various Web 2 and Web 3 projects. There is me, who is mainly focused on Plutus development and writes in Haskell. We have Shahabaj, who is also a talented front-end engineer and has experience across various different types of projects and blockchain companies. Roman, who has 13 years of UI UX design, and Alexis, who is our legal counsel. Here is our roadmap. So the beginning of 2022, we plan on doing our seed funding and selling of our Tang token. By second quarter of 2022, we plan on launching the Tangent Ambassador Program and releasing and starting the Artistic Grant Program and releasing the Genesis NFT. Third quarter, we plan on producing the back-end development of our NFT staking platform and for Tang to be listed on some decentralized exchanges. In the fourth quarter, we plan on having our Tangent staking platform audited and releasing our DAO system. And in the beginning of 2023, we plan on launching our NFT staking platform. Here are the economics of our token. So 30% of our tokens will go to funding in the seed sale, 10% will go to our artistic grant program, another 10% will go to strategic partnerships and development, and 15% will go to the NFT bounties. 25% will be communal rewards, and 10% will be towards the Tangent Foundation. Here's our distribution schedule. For funding, there are 3 stages: a seed sale, a pre-sale, and a public sale. Like I said earlier, 10% of our supply will go towards the Tangent Foundation. The foundation intends to show our belief in the longevity of projects by having a substantial lockup period to give reassurance to our community on what has been pledged. For communal rewards, a sizable quarter of the supply of Tang tokens will be able to be accessible to the community in the form of rewards for the NFTs. And then we also have NFT bounties. So Tangent's operative artwork is collectible and decipherable, stakeable, and comes with major perks in the form of bounties. These bounties will be distributed to purchases of artwork created by both Tangent and Quartz in the form of airdrops to coincide with the release of Tangent's NFT platform. Here is our distribution table in a different form. We can just look at it for a moment. And here is a graph of the circulating supply schedule for our token. And finally, our disclaimer. This is very important, so I'll just read it word for word. This paper is for general information purposes only. Please read this section of the document carefully. It is recommended that you consult legal, financial, tax, or other professional advisors, and if you are in any doubt about the action you as an investor should take. The information contained within this document may not be exhaustive and does not imply an element of a contractual relationship or obligation. While we will make every effort to ensure that any material in this document is accurate and up to date, the information found within does not constitute investment advice or recommendation or solicitation to buy or sell any investment and should not be used in the evaluation of the merits of making any investment decision. It should not be relied upon for accounting, legal, or tax advice or investment recommendations. The team does not guarantee nor accept any legal liability arising from the accuracy, reliability, currency, or completeness of any material contained in this document. As mentioned previously, no part of this document is legally binding or enforceable. The author developed this document based on the evaluation method generally accepted by the cryptocurrency community, quantity theory of money, and discounted cash flow analysis, and relies on a generally accepted school of economic thought, monetarist school of economics. It is important to note that the blockchain and cryptocurrency area is still very new and volatility in prices is common. There is little historical data, past performance results, or academic research on the topic of cryptocurrencies when compared to the historical data available for standard stocks and equities, let alone the lack of data available for tokenization, economics, and long-term valuations of these digital assets. No statement in this document is intended as a profit forecast. Given that regulations for cryptocurrencies in most countries are highly ambiguous or completely non-existent, each buyer is strongly advised to carry out a legal and tax analysis concerning the purchase and or ownership of cryptocurrencies and tokens according to their nationality and place of residence. Everything in this document is the author's own work with external sources and references provided where appropriate. And that is the end of our white paper. I hope you all have enjoyed this and become even more curious about the Tangent project. Thank you very much for listening.